Well, good evening, folks. We'll try to make this with the new phone. I still got the old one. As you can see, it's sitting right there. Mostly just got this one so that way I can get more storage on it, as that one had only 32 gigs, and this one has 128. So hopefully that gives me more time to make my videos. And as you can see right now with the layout, it's still in its somewhat current condition. Got a small little rail yard here with some freight cars. I don't have the engines out today as it's going to be pretty freezing, and tomorrow, well, later on today technically, I'll be at work though. My brother and nephew come into town, so I'm trying to save that for them tomorrow. So as you can see, the layout's looking pretty good now. Speaking of the layout, give me 1 second while I put this here. One of the things, I think this was last Saturday, Mr. Boxcar Jerry, he had told me that back on track, they had Sparky 107 as a guest host on there. And unfortunately, I overslept that day and missed it, so I didn't watch it live. However, I was on Jerry's stream later that day, and he told me about what had happened. And well, he didn't really tell me what had happened, but he told me that Sparky was on there and he gave me a bit of a shout out. And I was curious to know exactly what he was saying, and went back later that day and watched the video. And I gotta say, it really touched my heart, I guess you could say. He said that he kind of wishes he could go back to what I'm doing right now. And I don't know if that's word for word. It's been a while now, and work has been kind of but he basically said he kind of wishes he was doing what I'm doing now. And he also noticed that I'm also having fun. And quite honestly, yes, I'm very much having fun just running my layout right now. It's work and life right now. This is very, very therapeutic for me. This has been a big blessing in disguise, surprisingly. So it's kind of helped me out. And even though I don't come out here every single day and work on this or run trains, mostly on the weekends, it's nice just to be able to come out here and just watch the trains run around and just relax. It's very, very therapeutic, surprisingly. So massive thank you to Sparky for that. That really boosted the confidence, I guess you can say, in doing this. That being said, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Heard somebody out there in the garage area, or outside of the garage. I forgot I put my flag up. That being said, I'm going to start ordering some Walthers Code 83 down the line. It's not going to be an overnight thing, mainly because the last time I looked at Walthers on Train World, their Code 83 Flex Track was completely sold out, and number 6s and number 8 switches are completely sold out as well. So I'm not going to do anything with that for right now. What am I going to do with the Bachman? Eventually, I'll probably just give it to my little nephew, provided he's still somewhat into trains at that time. He's right now, I think, 14, so getting to that age where he might fall out of it. So it is what it is. Future plans for the layout, I don't really know. I really don't know. I'm just happy to be able to run trains right now. As Sparky had mentioned. And that's one of the things I kind of want to talk to maybe some of the people that are like, they don't know what to do with their trains, they don't know what to do in the hobby or anything. And that is, do what makes you happy. Remember, this is for you. This isn't for everybody else. This is for you. You're the one that's going to be running trains on here day in, day out, basically. So make it how you want to have fun with it every single day. Make it to where it's not going to be, where it's not a job to make somebody else excited to see this. Make it to where you come out here and you're like, okay, what kind of scenarios can I do today? What can I set up maybe a train wreck somewhere, and I got to use the big boom crane like I got. Maybe set up like a small yard like I got here, which will be eventually added more yard trackage. But you can set that up and use as a switching yard jockey, just setting up different scenarios for different trains that maybe you could set up someday in the future. For me, I think I've come to the realization that big long trains can happen, but they will not be a stationary thing. So like things like my coal train, which I will be adding more cars to eventually down the line. But trains like the coal trains and mixed mana freight and things like that will be just through freight. So now I'm kind of leaning more towards the small local industrials. And since I mostly got box cars right now, paper product, I got one cement hopper and one sand hopper. I believe that's what these two cars are. So I could do maybe something with that. I got 2 tankers right now, and I got a gondola. And I believe I got a couple other cars sitting in the chest down here. But they can be used through in there for mixed mana freight as well. And I can just have some fun with that. So my thing is, don't do what everybody else is trying to do. Just have fun with your layout. Not if you can, but I want you to have fun with your layouts. That's the reason why we get into this hobby, is to have fun with them. And people can say, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you can take it into consideration of, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? But it doesn't mean you have to. Just maybe put it on a sticky note and put it on the wall near you. Say, possibly add a diamond right here to give it more realism. Maybe add a switchgear to make it go off into the distance, into a tunnel for some reason. You don't know that reason, but there's just that tunnel that's right here. And just have fun with this thing. That's the reason why we get into this hobby. I think that's the reason why some of us get out of it, and some of the younger generation don't stay in it, or we don't see them at all, because some people push them out and they're like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, no, you don't. Who says? I mean, like I said, I'm using probably the worst track that anybody would ever suggest to anybody, but I'm still having fun. I still have fun. And yeah, like I said, I will eventually be going off the track to Walther's track, but in the meantime, I'm still going to have fun with this track. I don't care. So I think something like what Sparky said kind of really boosted that confidence in me, and I know it boosted that confidence in me because now eventually, let's get up here for a second. The next thing I'm working on, I got these two little sets right over here. And let me put this over here. So the first one I got, if I had more hands it'd be helpful, is the mountain and landscaping kit. And the other one is just a tree and landscaping kit. So they're just simple little things, but I felt like, especially with this mountain kit, I could put it right over here in that corner. And that'll help hide that little wood spot right over there. So I felt like that would be perfect for that. And the tree landscape, I'm gonna eventually put that somewhere. But first things first, I'm gonna start ordering some Walther's track, and I especially want to order some number, let's see, what was this? I got some Atlas versions of this track. I believe these are number 6s. Yeah, number 6 turnout. So I started playing around with this and I just started laying it out everywhere, and I figured if I put it right where this switch is now, I still get enough room for a lead into the curve. So, and as you can see, it gives me a little bit more room for switching. So that'll at least, if I get one of these, and maybe, I think if I get 2 of these actually, or 3 of these, for one left hand and 2 right hands, I can make a good little yard into here, and then possibly right back off over in this little area, make a locomotive facility like sanding, maintenance, things like that, and maybe even a small repair car facility. Other than that, I'm still thinking about what I want to do. I'm thinking about maybe over here on this side, put a siding right over here, and put a few small industries over here to switch around. And I figured with the space that I've got, I could probably put one right about there, right around here, and put 2 tracks into here. Maybe put one like right up against the edge and have another one there, and maybe have 1 or 2 more down this end. So, and I'm thinking if I can do it correctly, do like what I said over there with the tunnel, but over here have an abandoned track. Now have just still standard track turning here, but then have the abandoned track right here. So I'm thinking of things as I'm going along. The next thing is Scale Trains has fixed, or supposedly fixed, my GP30. 6911 apparently had a motor issue from what we were talking about on emails. So that has been fixed and should be here probably at the beginning of the week, which I would hope not, because we're expecting snow here on the Gulf Coast. Yes, I said snow on the Gulf Coast. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about what's going on now, so with the weather. But other than that, that's it for today, folks. I'm gonna get permission from my brother to get some videos of my nephew running trains out here, and maybe post them on YouTube. I'm not too sure yet. Other than that, folks, have a great day. Have a great weekend, because it is Friday after all. Run your trains, enjoy the hobby as you want. And until then, folks, we will see you next time. Bye for now.